सिंह बोल रहे हैं, आइए सुनते हैं।
And a very familiar figure among you all by now, Mr. Amitabh Kant, Secretary, Department of Space and Chairman, Indian Space Research Organization, who's been working hard to make this event happen, Mr. Somnath, Chairman in Space, Dr. Goenka, whose compilation of success stories we just now released. Delegates, representatives from different G-20 countries, participants in the inaugural session of the 4th edition of the Space Economy Leaders Meeting.
तो अंतरिक्ष अर्थव्यवस्था पर जो ये प्रतिनिधियों की चौथी बैठक चल रही है उसमें केंद्रीय मंत्री जितेंद्र सिंह जो है वो बोल रहे थे। उससे पहले जब हमने शेरपा अमिताभ कांत को सुना तो उन्होंने कहा कि पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप का बेहद अहम रोल है जब हम असीम संभावनाओं का जिक्र करते हैं, ख़ासतौर पर अंतरिक्ष के क्षेत्र में, क्योंकि यहाँ निवेश के साथ साथ रोजगार के भी कई मौके हैं। और ख़ासतौर पर हम लगातार देख रहे हैं कि अंतरिक्ष के क्षेत्र में मेक इन इंडिया को लेकर लगातार जो है कवायद की जा रही है। हम देख रहे हैं कि किस तरह से जो तमाम यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं और एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं उन्हें मौका दिया जा रहा है। तो उस लिहाज से जो ये बैठक है ये बेहद अहम है कि किस तरह से नवोन्मेष के साथ साथ जब हम अंतरिक्ष में आत्मनिर्भर बनने की बात करते हैं तो किस तरह से आगे बढ़ा जाएगा। वापस लिए चलते हैं आपको इस बैठक में जहाँ पर जितेंद्र सिंह केंद्रीय मंत्री संबोधन दे रहे हैं।
Maybe using space technology without actually being aware that they are actually doing so. And every aspect of human life, whether it's disaster management, whether it's disaster prevention, whether it's agriculture, whether it's education, whether it's health, whether it's navigation, defense, you name the sector, or you name the aspect of human life, and you'll find somewhere or the other space technology has stepped in one way or the other, in one measure or the other. And I'm glad that in the last 8-9 years, under Prime Minister Modi, India has actually, rather I do not hesitate saying, made a quantum jump. Even though our space journey began relatively later compared to some other countries, but we are today a frontline nation as far as our space programs are concerned, our space stories are concerned. Very soon we are looking up to an ambitious program of sending an Indian into the space, the Gaganyaan mission. Few days later we are going to have the Chandrayaan mission, the first one of which gathered the pictures of the presence of water on the surface of moon, which was possibly the first indication to the world of the possibility of habitat. And I think that places India in a very distinguished position in this arena of space knowledge and space technology. But besides that, in the last 9 years, what has very significantly happened, which I would like to bring to the notice of all, is that Prime Minister Modi has painstakingly made an effort to diversify the applications of space in every sector of activity and every aspect of life. And I think it is India. Few years back, we set up a satellite called SARC satellite, following the policy of neighbors first and also providing our services to the neighbors. The satellite caters to most of the countries in the region. It is also in the last few years that space technology has actually introduced the modern craftsmanship in every sectoral activity, whether it's the construction of railway tracks, the construction of smart cities, the housing, the telemedicine, even in agriculture, we have sophistications like soil health cards. And the other aspect which is, I think, been remarkable in the last few years is something which is closely related to Mr. Goenka sitting over here, is that for the first time, India's space department, space projects were opened up to the private participation as well, and therefore we set into a new phase of public-private participation. I am glad to share with you that within just about 3 years, we have as many as over 140 active, successful startups working through this arrangement. And this in-space is a very successful arrangement. I think one of the success stories as far as the space experiments across the world is concerned. They act as an interface between the private and the public sector. And we have some of the brilliant startups who have been emulated across the world. And therefore, I'm glad to share all this also because this is a gathering which comprises nearly 2/3 of the world's population. So this room is not only, as I said in my opening remarks, is a gathering of some of the best brains across the world and some of the best space experts, but it is also representative of the 2/3 population of the world, the 85% of the global GDP and 75% of the world trade. So you are in a way not only spearheaders, torchbearers, but also opinion makers. And I'm glad that India is now in a position to share its inputs, its inferences with the other member countries as well, as was noticed recently through a very successful visit of Prime Minister Modi to USA, which had a very strong undercurrent of space agenda, which was recognized overseas. And the new chapter of public-private participation, I think, is going to make it imperative for all of us to learn the virtues of an integrated approach. And when I say integrated, it is public-private domestically and public-private overseas. So all of us get together for an extended collaboration amongst all of us, the whole of government, whole of nation, domestically, overseas. And an era of partnerships, I think, is now in the offing. Our concerns are common because the space is common. So our challenges are common, and therefore our effort also has to be common. And therefore, time has come to carry forward the collaboration and the bonhomie, the kind of kinship that we have developed through G-20 from the surface of Earth into the space to discover wider horizons in the times to come. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Your inspiring words and commitment towards promoting space leadership in India.
तो आप सुन रहे थे केंद्रीय मंत्री जितेंद्र सिंह का संबोधन।